Say what you want, but Tariq has a point. Oh my goodness. So there's a video that has been circulating the Twitter sphere of Tariq Nasheed. It seems to be an old video and he's talking about reparations. Now in the video, well, I'm just going to show the video and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, there should be reparations, but there's a way that we need to do it because black folks as a whole mentally will fuck up any kind of money that's given directly. There has to be some type of structure to it. If you start giving niggas, let's say every black person in America will get $10,000 next month in January, that niggas will be broke again on January 15th. It has to be organized. You cannot give niggas money right now. They'll fuck it right back up. They'll give it right back to everybody else. Going by June, it'll be gone in 15 days. Just like lottery, exactly. Just like lottery winners. Most lottery winners, they go broke in 5 years. Just like that Dave Chappelle comedy skit. That's what messed that money up. What they need to do, as far as reparations, they should have, it should be a designated plot of land or somewhere in middle America, somewhere where there's good fertile land that should be given, that should be tax-free, that should be regulated to male-headed households. That's my suggestion. They should get a plot of land somewhere where there's very fertile ground, fertile land, and it cannot be settled unless it's a male, a black male who's the head of the household. We can't have no single mothers on that. See, if we implement something like that, it would have to be, it would almost get into like almost sexism, but it's not, man. We can't have that single mother. We got too many broken homes, and a lot of these single mothers are not held accountable. It's just too much bullshit going on in the hood, and it's a direct result of all these single mothers. We can blame all the missing dads and all that day. These single goddamn mothers raising some little niggas out here right now.
So as you can see, Tariq Nasheed brings up 3 points in regards to reparations. The first one was organization. The second one, that should be land and it should be tax-free. And the third one is that the money should be allocated to men in the households and no single mothers. And hate him or love him, I think he has a fair point. I know that's an old video, but I think the points still stand the test of time. One thing you have to understand is that reparations is for the group. That's what it's for. It's as far as even out the playing field when it comes to this wealth gap disparity. When people think about it, they can think about cut the check, but they don't actually understand what that entails. Say I give you $1 million and I want you to give me back $2 million within 3 to 5 years. Do you have the understanding and the competency, the financial competency in order to achieve that? Because if you don't, you're either going to waste it or you're just going to save it, right? I notice many people are taught to save money and not to invest. And due to inflation, your money is naturally going to depreciate. So that's why the rich invest and the poor save. And this is a fundamental concept that is taught at an early age. So when it comes to organization, I agree, there has to be some type of organization in regards to reparations. Now, I'm not one for telling people what to do with their money, but at the same time, there should be some way that can be, I don't know, ease them in to some financial understanding, some financial education of, hey, you can invest it here. This is a great option. This is a great option. Or this is a great option. Because if it's not, guess what's going to happen? There are wolves out there. And I don't know if you happen to understand this. If you already believe that you live in a white supremacy dominated society, a world, then upon people who don't have any understanding, financial understanding, they're going to be preyed upon. They're going to be preyed upon with people within the community and outside the community. And that's not going to help the group as a whole, which is, once again, this is for the benefit of the group, as far as Black Americans to be equal playing field. Now we understand that not everyone is going to survive. We get that. but we want the group as a whole, the majority, to survive, to win, to flourish, and to thrive. I'm thinking there should be maybe a financial literacy class that people have to pass in order to gain access to the reparations. I wouldn't have a problem with that because it would force people, whether they like it or not, it would force people to understand, to take this information in. The next one was land. I think we can all agree on land and it being tax-free. That was originally, right, part of the Special Order 15, where it was 40 acres and a mule. The whole point of the 40 acres was so we could be self-sustaining as a group, as a people. That's what the whole point of the 40 acres and a mule, that we can land and harvest a farm and start selling, the fruits of our labor, because we had never gotten to do that, right? We had always deprived the fruits of our labor. Someone else was benefiting off of our labor. So the first time in U.S. history where Black Americans who are descendants of slavery would be able to benefit off of their labor. Now, of course, that shouldn't be the end-all be-all because in this country, Black Americans have a special relationship in this country, whether it comes to education, right? Black people were not allowed to learn, to read, anything short of thinking. And in some cases, you got to be careful of that to let them know, hey, I'm not really smart. I'm not really smart. You don't have to worry about me, orchestrating a rebellion of any kind. So you have to take that into account as a people. And so there's various avenues that should be addressed. Whether it's education, whether it's housing, once again, segregation, even with redlining. This is specific to Black Americans. Now, the problem is many people in this country don't know American history. They fail to understand that Black history is, in fact, American history. And you have people, like DeSantis and, the lot of them who want to separate the two, who want to make sure people are completely ignorant of any involvement that Black Americans had in this country. They want to give you a watered down, whitewashed version of American history because it makes them feel good. What has happened to us as a people is exclusive. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was MLK who actually said, the gist of it was, if something extraordinarily evil has been done to a people, then something extraordinarily good must be done to reverse that impact. I know I may be bastardizing the quote, but that's what the gist of his quote was. And that's what needs to be done. That's what has yet to be done. No other group of people have been treated like this. No other group of people have been told to lift yourselves up by the bootstraps. When they talk about the American dream, that was not for Black Americans. That American dream was given towards immigrants who migrated over here. We were already here. So this whole concept of opportunity and, this is the land of the free and all that was given to them. We had been here this entire time and gotten nothing, diddly squat. So I just want to frame things in a proper light so people don't try and write this off of, these are handouts, this or this. No, this is the exact opposite. Black people have never been given handouts. Never. Whether you look at the welfare, that wasn't made for us. Whether you look at housing, that wasn't for us. Whether you look as far as affirmative action, that wasn't for us, right? These have all been hustles where they have said, hey, it's for Black people, but on the side, everyone else has benefited from it. The last one he mentions is as far as not giving money to single-parent households. I agree. I'm sorry. If you're a single mother, you should not be rewarded for that behavior. That behavior is not conducive to us as a group thriving and being successful in the future. It's not. It's as simple as that. The same thing I would go for single fathers. That behavior is not conducive to us thriving as a group, as a people. Now, I would also make exceptions, whether, you're a widow, your spouse died, whether, your spouse has mental health issues or maybe drug addiction or something like that. But we would want to address those issues. We would want to have some type of doctor's note, something letting us know that this person is deceased or is incapable. They are mentally not prepared, to be a father, to be a mother, whatever. But if they are able-bodied and of sound mind, then 100%. They need to be in the household. I think what he said is absolutely 100% correct. Because if you're getting divorced and it's not due to abuse or infidelity, then no, absolutely not. So I agree with everything he said in that video. I think I would just supplement more when it comes to cash payments. In addition to education, housing, all the factors that Black Americans have been solely targeted on by the government in collusion with the American people. But I also want to put a caveat here, to be a really massive, a mammoth-sized caveat, and that is we have to understand that our communities have been fragmented and our mindsets have been poisoned. So moving forward, we have to start thinking as a group. As a group. This is one of the reasons why I say right now, today, we have it way harder than our ancestors. I don't care if you want to disagree, well, you can call in during disagreement day. But I would say we have it way more difficult than our ancestors. They didn't have social media. They didn't have the TV. They didn't have the idiot box. They didn't have the constant propaganda circulating them 24/7. All right. In addition to the Uncle Toms, the Sambos, right? The bad actors, the agents within the community, all of that, all at once. There's a certain level of manipulation and wickedness that we are experiencing that our ancestors weren't privy to. I understand they want to say Jim Crow, but when it comes to Jim Crow, slavery, and all that, it's very black and white. There was no gray. The problem here is that they are utilizing the gray. That is the problem here, is that they are weaponizing the gray. Where back in the day, hey, that person is racist because look at the sign. It says no colors allowed. Now it's saying, well, prove it. And now they have certain laws in place, certain people who are judges, just as they did back in the day, right? Certain prosecutors, and they're using the same tactics that they were using back then in present day, but it's been amplified. So I stand by what I say. And when it comes to this video, regardless if it's old or not, I think Tariq makes some solid points in regards to reparations. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, Lucas, this is absolute bullcrap. What's the deal with single mothers? Why does it have to be land or yada? I don't know what you could have an issue with aside maybe the single mothers. Maybe that, it rubbed some people the wrong way, but it's legit. Or if you have belief, I think he spoke truth. Okay, you may not like his delivery, but what he said definitely has weight to his words in this regard of reparations. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree with this video, you're more than welcome to call in during disagreement day, which lucky for you is today. It's typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You call in, we duke it out. Either or, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. Oh, that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. What has happened to us as a people is exclusive.